Hey everyone, today we wanted to take a moment and tell you the story of Ultimate Deathknight and reveal a few behind-the-scenes details that we think you'll find interesting. Of course, we can't talk about the Ultimate Deathknight without first explaining the story of OG Deathknight and how he, a low-tier common champion, came to be the community's favorite mascot. It all began with that one commercial where Deathknight was summoned by his boss and told he was getting fired, or, well, sacrificed, as is the case with raid champions. In all honesty, Deathknight's debut was only meant to be a one-time gag, and even then, it was a happy accident he made it on screen. Our artist wanted a skeleton warrior to act as the hapless champion getting fired, but their original pick was a little too plain to appear on the big screen. Cut the last-minute calls to local skeleton casting agencies and kit-bashing some of the models in the game, but as luck would have it, Deathknight turned out to be perfect for the job after a quick trip to the makeup trailer. All he needed were some glowing contact lenses, that signature falling visor, and the addition of his co-star, Mr. Nibbles. And he was ready for his big, albeit brief, close-up. Despite the small cameo, audiences loved Deathknight and wanted to see more of his antics. He was one of us, the everyman underdog. And so, this unlikely star stumbled his way into the main cast of characters we've used for our raid commercials, as everyone's favorite comic relief. But that was not the end of the story. Oh no. The more Deathknight struggled to fulfill his lofty goals, the more the raid community wanted to see him succeed. First, it was just a few YouTube comments, but that soon grew to a Facebook page, and then a hashtag to unite all of Deathknight's most ardent supporters, hashtag Justice for Deathknight. Everyone rooted for the little guy, and many of you wanted Deathknight to become a legendary champion like he always dreamed. We had already considered making it happen at that point, but a few things got in the way. First, we knew that he would truly be a community champion, and as such, we couldn't just shove him into the summoning pool and call it a day. So it wasn't until we started adding legendary champions to the daily login loyalty programs that we felt the time was right to make DK's dreams come true. Secondly, we knew that we couldn't leave the OG Deathknight as the undignified and plain skeleton you've seen in-game. His model needed to be updated to match his look in the commercials, and we did just that. I'm sure you'll all agree that he is much more handsome now. With those roadblocks cleared, we could finally begin working on the Ultimate Deathknight. Our artists, who have also come to love DK, had a blast coming up with the concepts. Ultimately, this legendary alter ego was to be like a superhero version of Deathknight, the epitome of everything he wanted to be. That meant staying faithful to the spirit of the original, but also making everything shinier and cooler, just like DK himself would want. That rusty chainmail? Forget it. Time for fancy gothic plate armor. His old rusty sword and new dinky axe? Replace it with a proper huge sword and shield. Plus, gold. Lots of it. DK's co-star, Mr. Nibbles, absolutely needed to get his due as well. At first we thought about etching his image on Ultimate Deathknight's shield, but decided to go with a helmet decoration in the end. You can even see him skittering up and down UDK's armor. Meanwhile, our game designers worked on the skills. With there being so much love for OG Deathknight, we knew that his ultimate form would have to be a formidable champion. It was only fitting that this superpowered DK would be a match for many champions he played second fiddle to in the commercials, so we aimed to make him a competitive pick for the arena. Overall, Ultimate Deathknight has the tools to deal with many situations. He can provoke and strike fear into his enemies, shield and even heal his team. And if they die, well, it turns out he's actually better off without them. Check out the recent Champion Spotlight dedicated to him if you want to get the details. When it came to Ultimate DK's AoE skill, the artists went through quite a few animation ideas before they decided Mr. Nibbles deserved a piece of the action. Sorry, Turvold, but you're already a badass on your own. Finally, every piece of the puzzle was in place, and this is what we got. Ultimate Deathknight, the mightiest skeleton in Raid Shadow Legends. Of course, no one could ever replace the goofy common Deathknight, which is why we've envisioned the ultimate version as a separate character. We adore our lovable Skelly boy, and we can't wait to see what escapades await him in the future. His saga with Ultimate Deathknight still has more twists and turns to come, so stay tuned to see how he copes with being the understudy. Again. And so, that's the story of how Ultimate Deathknight came to be. In many ways, we did not make this champion, you did. And we are certain this won't be the last time. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more content. Happy raiding!